practicing and sharing and just giving it out. And it's an interesting point in time. You're being called at this point in time to share your awareness. That's where you're at this point in time. You don't need to give prophetic messages or psychic messages. You simply need to share your awareness and help people come out of this unconscious state and come into the light and bring the light into their body and practice that awareness. So that's where you're at today. So talk about that for a minute. And your phone, you come across as a little bit soft on the phone, so if you could speak up a little bit, it would be great. No problem.
So I don't have a voice of Stan, so yes, I'll have to learn to speak up a little bit here.
So what is going on in your spiritual development that story that I just told you makes sense?
Well, it's always, it seems like evolving. There's always a quest to find more, to find not just truth, but to there's so much out there. It's like I've got to keep searching and finding what else is there, because there's so much. There's so much that you don't learn that you're not told. At least coming from the house I was raised in, and then so it seems like there's just always a quest to find more of that.
But
now
you got some.
I do.
But now the quest is to share that. Now your quest is to share it, because
which we have actually I have with different friends and and it's really interesting, like just different friends. Once you kind of bring it up, friends that you thought might be more accepting, all of a sudden they kind of like pull back, and you're like, okay, well, that's fine. But others that you weren't sure about, all of a sudden they're embracing it, which is a wonderful thing. That actually brings you so much closer.
Are you there?
I am. Hello?
So
Hello?
I think I can hear you now. So I think Tara, I think the thing, Tara, is that sometimes when you say something to somebody and it strikes a note with them, they're very uncomfortable because they think, this is what they think, which is not true. They think you know something about their past that they don't like, or you know something that they think is private, and you don't. And if you did, you wouldn't say it. So when you get that sort of a reaction from somebody, remember, it's nothing to do with you. It's just them. And it is easier to work with a receptive audience, but don't let that inhibit you. So, and sometimes you just say to somebody, do I have the right to go deep with you? And so that's my question to you. Do I have the right to go deep with you, Tara? Because what you have going on right now is you have a spiritual wealth that you are supposed to be sharing, and it's about finding an arena to share it in a big way, because you have a lot of information. The home you came from, the family you came from, was not the family that gave you what you needed. That family gave you a story that told you what some human beings are like, so you can protect yourself. It was not supposed to be your family, quote unquote. And it's awareness. It's just awareness. And eventually, you detach from it and you become objective. And if somebody came to you with a story like your family story, you'd be like, I get it. I know that story. Let's just move on to where your strength is. It's to support you and to create deeper understanding for you in the future. It's not meant to be who you are, because you're not that person anymore. You are no longer that person. Okay?
Right. Correct. Yes. Yeah. Every once in a while, it can creep up, and you're like, "Oh, get out of here! Go away." But yeah, you're correct. I'm not that person any longer.
Thank God. Thank God.
I know.
And,
exactly.
It's the nicest thing between you and Stan. You bring out the best in him. He brings out the best in you. And together, the two of you are just really twice as strong, twice as durable, and twice as strong spiritually. and the process of music and nurturing musicians. It's a lot of work to nurture musicians and to nurture their talent and to nurture artists. And you really are the person who is nurturing these people, and you're helping to change the world today.
Thank you. Thank you. It's fun. It's fun being a part of Stan's life. Let's put it that way. It's fun being a part of Bedlam, yes. Of all of that. It's fun.
So tell me this. I'm going to interject a question. Yeah, I'm in the middle of writing this. I'm in the middle of writing this book. This book called Music, Mayhem, and the Mouse. So, but I'm having trouble getting really into what I should be doing with it, and I finally kind of a realization that I don't like talking about myself or bragging about myself, or a lot of the things that would be in this book would be about my achievements and what have you, and I feel awkward in talking about those things, and I should have more. That's kind of thwarting me right now.
Okay.
I think you should do it like a teacher. Don't you think? Because teachers teach from experience. So maybe, are you doing it from a personal autobiography, or are you doing it as a self-help book?
No.
It depends on your audience.
Yeah. No, it would be, there would be the self-help part of it, for sure, but basically it's just my whole life, my last 40 years, people have always said, you have to write a book, man, you have to write a book. You
can't hide who and what you are under a bushel, and people are more afraid to share their light than they are to share their darkness, because if you share your light and you let your light out, that gives somebody else permission to let their light out. So you're not sharing your light, you're not bragging, you're making it okay for other people to share their success and to share where they are truly illuminated.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. That's a good way.
Is this your first book?
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, okay. If it's your first book, then decide, because if it's your first book, then it can be an autobiography. So if you want people to know about you, so then it gives you an excuse to write about yourself, because people are asking you to write an autobiography. Because as an investigator, I couldn't write. But people are always saying you should write a book, because they wanted to know about my investigations as an investigator in and out of country and in and out of the world working for rich attorneys. But see, you apparently as a musician know a lot of stuff, so they want to read your autobiography. But me and Suzanne are talking about helping chunks of the psychic world, but help them with sort of how-tos, and you could do that too. It's pretty easy on Kindle these days, right? Putting it on Word, and especially if you choose Pro Tools or the mouse. You mean how do you do it electronically, right? Is because you've already named your book?
Oh, no, Stan is.
Yeah,
Theresa
it's just a
publisher. She's a publisher.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Interesting. Well, Okay, good. Well, if you're also a proofreader, we're in. No, I'm kidding.
I am.
So
I use Grammarly.
Great.
Grammarly.
So it's there's a lot of really fun stuff in it, and I've come up with all these crazy stories of true things that have happened to me since I've been 8 or 9 years old. I was on national TV at 9. And just crazy stuff over the years, in and out of jail, drug addiction, alcohol. I mean, I got the whole thing, girl.
Oh, this is definitely an autobiography. Then this is your life. So, have you read John Barber's book?
No.
It's real thick. It's Your Mother's Not a, what is it? Your Mother's Not a, oh my God, virgin. Your Mother's Not a Virgin. That's his autobiography. And
that's
you've got, Yeah, so yours is sort of on his. He was in television. He had the first. He's from California. You're bound to know him. You watched him on TV. Hold on, I've got his book right here. I'm getting up and getting it. John Barber is his name, and he started the first television. He was with a lot of people. John Barbour. Your mother, S, not a virgin. Your mother's not a virgin.
Okay, great. I'll get that for sure.
Yeah, John Barber, and he's a funny guy, and he was with all those big companies and all that. But his it's real thick though. It's very thick. But I find it curious. He sent this to me to read because he was on my television show, and I mean my radio show. But it says the bumpy life and times of the Canadian dropout who changed the face of American TV. Your mother's not a virgin. But he was on, it says in America, he's got when he was with Reagan in here. He labeled each one of his areas. But good lands, I bet yours is going to be like this. This is huge. But he's got people he met, real people. He had the television. So it sounds like your kind of thing, but I'm so happy. I love it when people are finally the authors of their own life story. That was the last things my mother left me. She was a writer and never a publisher. She was strictly a writer, but she wrote for magazines and books. She wrote a history book in Louisiana.
Wow.
So good for you. 76, but you sound really young. And your wife, Tara,
I'm immature is what I am. So I don't. Actually, I'm actually 16. I've been 16 since I was 16. So that kind of helps.
I played trumpet. My first husband was a musician. He worked. I played trumpet.
Oh, great!
What do you play?
Tuba. Yeah.
Oh, my God. I knew a tuba player. He was real rich. He was the famous plastic surgeon, Dr. John Hill in Houston.
Wow. Well, now you know a rich one and a poor one. Now you know both.
Well, he's passed over now. But he was very interesting. So, Stan.
Thank you for coming in, Tara.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. This has been fun. We'll do it again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, we hope to be here weekly. Come back anytime.
For sure. We'll do it next week. All right. Okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, let us know how that book's going. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah. All right. Let's go to. He was saying something. I cut him off. I hope he'll forgive me. Let's see. 805. Hi. You're live on the air. Hey, we're having too much fun. Can you hear me?
I don't know. Okay. All right. So, let's come back to that one. 805, can you hear us? No. Okay. Theresa.
Oh, they dropped off. Okay, they were. I guess I'm hitting some that weren't calling in. I mean, they just want to listen. Folks, I can't tell the difference, so you'll have to forgive me. It doesn't say, okay, we're just listening on the screen. So some people are shy. They don't want to talk. And
I know.
Let me see. Hey,
Theresa, talk about yourself for a minute. You're really, you call yourself the keyboard jockey. What tarot deck are you reading from? Talk about yourself for a minute.
I got started in music, which most people don't care, I guess, unless they do like music. So I danced when I was a little girl. I remember my favorite thing was watching Wizard of Oz every year with my mom, and she got me started with art. My grandmother would bring from the paper mill. We were paper mill kids in Monroe, Louisiana. They'd bring home this real long white butcher block type rolls, and we would tear them off in color. So I remember that as a child. And, from that, and then they'd pick me in elementary school to go sing with a group for television and KNOE and Channel 10 El Dorado, Arkansas. So I enjoyed that. So I learned about music and how to write music back then, and we would put